Welcome back to day 2 of our Halloween special, where we're going to be talking about horror board games. All right, fellas, it's time for me to give my list. Now, like I said in the last one, it's really hard for me to pick exactly what a horror game is. And I think that only one of my games technically meets the perfect criteria for horror. The other two have a horror theme on them, but I don't think they really give you that feeling of horror while you're playing them. They're just really cool games that have a horror theme that might be fun to play during Halloween, right?
I know what your list is going to be, and I may disagree with you. So let's go.
All right.
Yeah, let's go. Bring it on.
All right. So the first one on my list, I put this one first because Steve's last one on his list was Pandemic: Rise of Cthulhu, a cooperative game in the H.P. Lovecraft Cthulhu mythos.
Actually, the reason you did that is because you're copying me, and I had a which game first on my list.
That's actually true.
It's true.
Yeah.
So my game is Witch of Salem. Now, this is an older game that is no longer in print, unfortunately.
I happened to pick it up on a whim, one of these games that I just grabbed because thematically they look cool.
I think I actually got it for your birthday.
Oh, well, thank you, Jamie.
But anyway, because I always think about that because I borrowed it from you right after giving it to you.
I know.
But anyway, Witch of Salem is basically the exact same theme as Arkham Horror, the Fantasy Flight game, only it's more Euro than it is Ameritrash. In that, you have a board that looks like Arkham. It has buildings all around it and has different places that you can go to. And each person has a character similar to Rise of Cthulhu, where you have different characters with different abilities. But and exactly the same theme, you're trying to close gates. But how you close gates in this one is that you're collecting sets of tokens that are in the different locations. So you have to go to different locations and you have to collect the tokens. And when you get a certain set of them, you can close the gates. But then there's monsters spawning, and you have to make sure that you keep them at bay. And all the while, there's a cult track that's going around trying to raise the great old one. And it has more of a Euro side feel to it, but it's very similar to the theme of Pandemic Cthulhu.
This sounds a lot like my favorite movie about gates, The Gate.
That's
Gate,
right.
Which is, oh my God, that's
Well,
a
in this
fantastic
one of the
film.
items you cannot get in this game is a
gate?
bottle rocket. Or like one of those rockets.
About a heavy metal record that you play backwards.
Anyway, this game is absolutely fantastic. It's got beautiful artwork. It's got great components. It's just it's an under the radar game, and I just absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It's such a fun game. I played it one time. We went to the beach, my wife and I. We played. It rained one day. We played it 5 times in a row.
What?
Until we beat it. We finally beat it, and then we were like, you know what? We're not playing anymore. We're done.
Well, yeah, I mean, because it's one of those games where it's very hard to win. It's a beautiful co-op that's
Very
difficult. I'm jealous that you played it 5 times in a row. So we got to get it to the table again.
For sure.
It's got to be one of our old game reviews at some point.
Oh, that'd
here.
be great. We
Yeah.
have to do that.
Yeah.
It was terrific.
I'm interested in trying this one out. I have not played it.
Oh, I think you'll like it, Steve.
I think you will, Steve.
I think I will too. All right. Halloween pop quiz. Chris Miller, what is your favorite zombie movie?
Ooh. Wow, that's you have to ask me really quick.
Pop quiz.
Yeah, right.
Contagion.
All right. Jamie, your favorite zombie movie?
It's really difficult because Night of the Living Dead is fantastic. Dawn of the Dead is like one of the best zombie movies ever made, but I like Night of the Living Dead better. Day of the Dead is terrific. The characters and acting in that movie are fantastic. Return of the Living Dead is fantastic because it's funny and it's got the punks in it. Like this is not a uniform, it's a way of life.
Dawn of the Dead has the zombie baseball player.
Dawn of the Dead has a lot of zombies. It has the clown,
the nun.
It has the Hare Krishna guys. I'd have to say Night of the Living Dead. I mean, that's a really boring one, but I mean,
It's campy.
Yeah, it's
but
a
it's
classic.
like
It's cool,
it's the
yeah.
original, right?
Yeah.
It's just so well done.
My pick is Return of the Living Dead, which Jamie mentioned, which features the writer of that was one of the original writers in Night of the Living Dead with George Romero. So it ties in. And it's good. And it has great practical effects, especially for being in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good one. Matter of fact, you can see it on Amazon right now. If you have Amazon Prime.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for that diversion there,
Okay.
Steve.
You're welcome.
Put me on the
appreciate it, 'cause
spot, Steve. Well,
Always happy to talk about movies, too.
I know. Me too.
All right. So my second one is, so the first one I mentioned, I don't think it's super horror. It's more of a cooperative game. It doesn't give you the feeling of horror. There's just horror pictures on it. The second one has a very horrific theme, and it kind of feels like horror. But it doesn't quite get there like my last one does. This one is Bloody Inn. Now, this is a card game about running an inn, and you're a bunch of psycho murderers that are killing the people staying in your inn. It's the most grim and horrible theme possible. So people come to your inn. They go into their different rooms. You'll make money off of them for
they're staying there.
Yeah, for staying there and for ordering food and stuff like that. And then you can murder them. Mm-hmm. And then you have these corpses lying around, and you have to bury the corpses under different annexes that you'll build onto your inn. Because if the next morning the cops will come and see that you have all these corpses, and you have to bribe them by paying them coins. And the way you win the game is the most hilarious thing. The way you win the game is by having the most money. It's not about murdering people. It's about making the most money. You just happen to murder people too. And it's actually cool because it was based on like a real story about this inn that had these murderers that lived in it. It's kind of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that family, Ed Gein, kind of thing, right?
Ed Gein stays at the Bates Motel.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Honestly, it's like, to me, I think of all the games we've selected, this may be one of the most horrific that we have picked. Because when I play it, I'm like, oh, this is cute. Like, I'm just doing this. And then every once in a while, I'll stop myself and I'll be like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, I'm welcoming people into my inn, butchering them, hiding their bodies to make money.
Yeah, because you steal the money out of the pockets when you're burying the bodies.
Exactly. And not to mention, it's based on historical fact. This happened. This happened, people.
It's weird.
And so, yes, I think this may be the most horrific game we have, simply because it seems frivolous, but when you think about it, it really happened.
Yeah, when you actually say, "Oh, I really got to build this extension on my inn because I have these corpses. I need to bury them somewhere.
Get rid of these bodies somewhere."
You're like, "Wow, like that's what I'm doing."
Oh,
you sold me, Chris. You tipped me over the scale. That is a horror game,
and not to mention, like, to think that's what I'm doing, but to actually think that someone in the past actually thought this, like someone was doing this, and it's real. So yeah, I think Bloody Inn is one of the most horrific games we have on this show.
Really hard to make a buck when you kill your clients.
That's true.
Not if they got a lot of money in their pockets and you don't get caught.
Well, you don't get any return visitors.
Well, it is a very horrific game, but it's also a very fun game.
It is
good
fantastic.
Game. It is good. It is good.
And it doesn't seem like it would be. It's in this like little tiny box. It's like, whatever, it's a card game, but no. A lot of strategy, a lot of fun.
Right. Okay, so my third game is the one that I thought was the most horror of all of them, and that is because it gives you feelings of horror. Now, one of our favorite movies of all time, Alien. The whole Alien series, right?
The whole series, yeah.
But the way the Alien movies went is you had the first one, which was a haunted house movie. It was basically a creature or a ghost inside of a house, and it was popping out and killing people, just like a haunted house movie. The second one was an action movie, a military movie, an action movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then blah, 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 on and on with the other
And
ones.
then the third one, which we're just going to ignore. It's kind of like Godfather. We're just going to forget
No. The third one's great. People that say
terrible.
it's not great. No, you watch it again.
Oh, I did.
And you'll realize that it's a good movie with good
so
acting.
Bad.
Oh,
it's so bad.
Oh, you just like to run with the pack.
No, it's terrible.
Nonsense.
It's terrible.
It's not terrible.
It's stuck between the second and the fourth. The third is just bad.
And you like the fourth better than the third? Oh, come on.
It has Winona Ryder in it.
Yeah. It was written by Joss Whedon, too.
Well,
and basically, if you look at Alien Resurrection, the fourth one, it's basically Firefly.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
The Firefly team is evil. I didn't say it was bad. I love it. I'm just saying that three's better. It's better acted, better written. It's so bad.
Three is a sausage fest.
Anyways.
Okay. Anyway, the point is, we didn't even get to the game yet.
No. What game was it again?
Anyway, yeah, I didn't even say. Anyway, so the first Alien movie is a haunted house movie. It's a horror movie because of the tension that it brings.
Yep.
You're walking through the corridors of the space station or the spaceship. You don't know when the alien's going to pop out and kill people. After you've watched it 10,000 times like we have, you know exactly what it is.
The cat starts hissing. Something's coming.
This is a game that captures that. It's called Escape the Aliens from Outer Space. And this is from Osprey. And what it is a hidden movement game where some players play aliens, some players play humans that are trying to get off the space station or spaceship. I can't remember which one it is. Trying to get off and into escape pods and leave before the alien kills them. So it's basically Alien the board game. Now, what's interesting about this game is there's absolutely no artwork to the game.
No.
Just like a little bit of art on the cover, like some on the book, but really there's no artwork in any of this stuff.
It's almost like a grid.
Yeah, it's black and white.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're just sitting around in a big group of people, up to like 8, 10 people. I don't remember how many it is, but
It's
we
a
had
lot.
big
Yeah,
group
it's a lot.
playing this game. And we sat around. It was dark. We were playing it. We were marking off where we're moving. Everybody goes around and marks off where they're moving. And the alien is trying to catch up with the humans and basically kill them and turn them into aliens. The tension in this game is insane. Because at first you're no big deal. You're moving around, but then you start to feel that like they're close by. Somebody gets caught that's close by to you. There's another alien. And then finally you're like the last person alive with all these aliens running around. Boy, does it like get really like tense. And when you finally win, it's just like, oh God. Like, man, it's not the best hidden movement game ever, but I think it's one that has the most tension in it.
Yeah.
And feels like a horror game.
Well, the fact that the people turn against you as they get caught is a huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that's big. When suddenly the person you thought was safe, that was your ally, is now no longer that, and they're your enemy, and they just got turned like 5 spaces from you. You got to worry about it. I think that's fantastic, and it definitely comparing it to Alien, the very first Alien film, seems dead on.
Yeah. It would be great if like Dallas turned into an alien and went after Ripley. And then Parker turned into an alien and went after Ripley.
Yeah.
All of them.
God.
It almost follows the formula of a party game where it's more fun with more people.
Oh,
It's funny you say that because it's exactly what was in my brain when I was talking. I was like, I'm going to bring this up. It's like a party game, right?
Yeah.
Because most of those hidden movement games, just the more people you have, the more bloated it gets and the more time it takes between turns. But it sounds like this is a great one where you don't want people to get caught, but you kind of want them to because then it makes the game more tense.
And actually, the downtime of the game actually feeds the tension.
Yeah.
Because you're watching as people are doing things and saying things around the table, waiting for your turn to come up. And then it's your turn to go. It just feels like it all feeds it. And it's like you said, it's a party game. I almost feel like this is a game where you absolutely need to like dim the lights. Now, of course, you can't go dark because you're going to be able to see the things you're drawing on the boards. But you have to like dim the lights. You have to get this it's real quiet. And you have to almost role play in your brain what's going on.
That's right. Maybe put some candles around very flammable material.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, the necromancer who lives there put the fire extinguisher right down there just in case that all these cobwebs went up.
This video's on fire, Jamie.
All right. Well, that's my 3 horror games for this year's Halloween special. Tomorrow, we're going to come on back and we're going to see Mr. Chris Miller and his, I guess we'll continue to see that hat on his head the whole time.
I was told to bring something. I brought it.
Who told him to bring something?
Facebook did.
I told Steve not to bring a pumpkin hat.
No, he said not to bring it?
Not.
Whoops.
All right. Well,
I'm going to wear it because I paid $20 for it. So I'm wearing it.
Lordy.
$20. That's like half a board game right there.
I'll go to a convention and sell it.
All right. Well, we'll see you tomorrow for part 3, everybody.
Thanks so much, everybody. If you've enjoyed this video, please do us a giant favor by subscribing to the channel and clicking that wacky bell icon. If you're into board games, miniatures games, role-playing games, we have a bunch of audio podcasts you might enjoy. You can find those at thesecretcabal.com or on iTunes and Stitcher.